Hello, this is Rick Powers from Western Technical College, coming to you from my home office, and I'm going to try to make a video to explain how to access things in Blackboard, which is not always an easy thing to do. Those of you that have been around for a while at Western, we've changed our software, and so this is kind of a new thing. For those of you that are new, welcome. So I'm going to hopefully show you how this works. So I'm going to open up a course here in Blackboard. Here you have the login, of course, and then logging in. Here we get to Blackboard, and it has a new name. It's called Blackboard Ultra. So then you should see courses listed here, and we're going to use one as an example, one that's coming up here in summer. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you information. And some of it may not be exactly how your part of the class is set up, but hopefully it'll work. So we start here with just the general view of the course. And I want to make this so that it is visible here, and I'm going to make this be the student preview so that you can see what it looks like as a student. So here we have the course, and we have these menu things across the top here. We're going to start by talking about just the content area. And what you'll see here is that course content is generally given in these modules here, learning modules. And so if you click on a learning module, what you'll see is that it'll kind of expand into different parts. And what's interesting is that you click on it to make it expand, and you also click on it to make it collapse. So this is different than previous versions of Blackboard. So if you click, it expands. If you click, it collapse. Also, this little arrow down at the bottom is another way to see if it's been expanded or collapsed. So this right here, these are modules, okay? And then what you will see is that modules can have different types of things in them, okay? So that you can have within a module, you can have content here, okay? And so you can have different documents. And so then there are various things in here. The start here overview is generally where you would want to start. It seems to make some sense. So you have various types of general information here about the course grading, about the purpose and expectations, procedures, everything such as that. And then there will be here more information in a syllabus and a schedule and a contact folder. So if we click on that, the syllabus isn't here yet, but here I have a link to a schedule, and then I also have contact information about myself. Then we would also have some student resources. And here are various links to different places where you can get help. Academic help, other services, and then Learning Commons. Specifically, the Math Center is a very important place that would be here in the Learning Commons. So that most of that is what you would call introductory material. And then we would have the actual information for the class for each of the weeks. So if we click here on week 1, again, it expands. Now, how I have this set up for students is that you would have access to one thing at a time. Okay, so that you wouldn't have access to all of this material until you go through the first thing. So here are instructions for the class. Then once you have that, you can hit next, and it'll take you to the checklist. A checklist of all the different things that are going to happen that week. Then we would have, in this course, we have the topic list. And this is a link to a shared document. So if you click on that, it opens up in a new tab. And there's a document. So then we would close that tab to get back to this. Now, what's important here, one thing that's important, is that when you go up to this X and you close this, all right, you close that particular thing, it takes you back here. Okay, so then you're back at this, and you can see you've looked through these various things. Now, some of these items would be not just one thing, but multiple things, right? And then maybe it'll have a link to a PDF or various other possibilities. Then if you close that, it takes you back out to here. And so then this is where you might find a link to your actual homework assignments and various other things. So that's all here in the content area. In the calendar area then would be a calendar. And on that calendar, you would have various assignments that would be there. And then I haven't put anything here, but you could look by due dates of what there might be. Announcements can be very important, because if something comes up in the class and I want to make sure that everybody knows about it, I could put it here in the announcements section. And so then that would be something you would want to check for that. Discussions are available for some classes. A lot of people are concerned about the grade book. And since there's nothing actually in the grade book here, I can click on this. And you can see that these are different items that are in the grade book. And I haven't done anything yet, and so I don't have any grades. Messages, I haven't used messages very much, but it's possible if you'd want to send me a message that you could do that here in Blackboard Ultra. I don't use groups, so that's not really an issue. So I'm hoping that this gives you much of the information that you will need. Specifically under content, in the class information, there is contact information for me so that you can click here and send me an email. I do also have my cell phone number if you want to call me or text me at some point. If there's something that's urgent, then I certainly want to be able to help you with that. All right, I'm hoping that's enough information for you about how to navigate Blackboard. Please feel free to contact me if you have any questions.